Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to discover and delight in the people, places, foods, and flavors of the villages and vineyards of Italy. From the rolling hillsides of Tuscany to the quaint stone pathways of Italy's hill towns and the wineries of Piedmont, you'll treasure every moment of this extraordinary educational journey through Italy. Upon arrival at Florence Airport, you know you'll be in good hands as your AHI travel director greets and escorts you to the Relais alla Corte del Sole Hotel in Castiglione del Lago. The fragrance of flowers in the hotel's garden welcomes you. You are delighted to be in this peaceful retreat, surrounded by rolling hills and fruit and olive trees overlooking Lake Trasimeno. Situated on the border of Tuscany and Umbria, the hotel blends rustic simplicity and refined elegance in its guest rooms and public areas. The decor for this lovingly restored monastic village is rich with delicate Italian fabrics set against a backdrop of exposed rustic beams. Take a few minutes to relax in the glass canopied orangery before taking a refreshing dip in the outdoor pool. You've worked up an appetite by now and head to the hotel's restaurant to savor a traditional Tuscan dish prepared fresh, especially for you. As you would expect from AHI, your itinerary balances free time with group activities, so your travel experience will be both restful and filled with discovery and excitement. All tours offered on this remarkable journey are included in your travel package. Plus, your AHI director is with you throughout your journey to guide and educate you on local culture, history, and current facts. You are well rested and ready for today's educational focus, the history of Italian wines and the rich heritage of the Chianti region. You're intrigued hearing stories about the centuries-old power struggle between the ancient city-states of Siena and Florence, and how the region's stormy history has shaped Italy's modern-day wine industry. Having quenched your thirst for wine knowledge, you're ready for today's second educational focus, Tuscan Cooking. Participate in a special cooking demonstration and presentation on Tuscan cuisine. After discussing regional menus and food preparation techniques with the chef, you are treated to a delicious lunch featuring a variety of freshly prepared Tuscan dishes. After lunch, you're off to visit the pre-Roman Etruscan hill town of Katonah, known for its many architectural and artistic treasures. Stroll the steep, narrow streets to the Piazza del Duomo to view the Romanesque Cathedral, where you learn that the Duomo or cathedral was built on the site of an ancient Roman temple. Its facade is original, dating from the 11th century. You lead the cathedral for a guided visit of Katonah's Museum of the Etruscan Academy. Inside, you realize that this museum is teeming with archaeological finds and important Etruscan, Greek, Roman, and Egyptian works of art. Your head is filled with historic facts and a new appreciation for the people who shaped this region of Italy. But your appreciation grows when you sample Katonah's regional specialities as you dine tonight with fellow travelers at a local restaurant. Today, you're excited about your excursion to the Tuscan towns of Montepulciano and Piensa. Encircled by ancient walls overlooking the rolling hills and lakes of the Chiana Valley, Montepulciano is a small town of Renaissance-style palazzi and churches filled with Sienese art and mosaics. From this vantage point, you enjoy marvelous views and learn that this region is celebrated as one of UNESCO's World Cultural Landscapes. travel to Piensa for a walking tour and learn that this village is also a historic UNESCO World Heritage Site. Piensa is celebrated for its many well-preserved historic landmarks, including the Duomo, with its 5 magnificent altar paintings from the Sienese school, and the baptistry. You have worked up a good appetite, and with the help of your tour director, you choose a local restaurant for a leisurely lunch. After lunch, you have time to explore the cobbled streets of this lovely little town. Gather with your group once again for an excursion to a local winery to sample Brunello, a wine celebrated throughout the world for its robust flavor and quality. You enjoy a taste and a glass or two, paired with local specialities, and vow to always keep a bottle of Brunello on hand when you are at home. You return to the hotel relaxed, still savoring the food, wine, and sights of Tuscany. But there's more to come tonight. You freshen up and then gather with fellow travelers for a festive dinner in the hotel's wine cellar. Today is all about Florence. You begin with an expertly planned guided tour where you see the most important art and architecture in the city. You learn about the patronage of the Medici family, their influence on the city and relevance to particular works of art and artists. Visit the Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore, also known as the Duomo and a symbol of Tuscany. You are awestruck by the spectacular bronze doors of the baptistry. Continue on to the Palazzo Vecchio, celebrated as the most important secular building in Florence. See the Ponte Vecchio, a famous bridge that spans the fabled Arno River, and then enjoy a guided tour of the Galleria dell'Accademia. You have chills when you realize you are now standing in the museum that is home to one of the most valued treasures of the art world, Michelangelo's David. For the remainder of the day, you're free to explore Florence on your own. Later, you're excited to travel to the walled city of Luca, your next home away from home. Check in to the San Luca Palace Hotel, ideally located on a medieval square within Luca's ancient city walls. You immediately notice that your hotel features spacious, tastefully appointed rooms and is located within walking distance of the cathedral, restaurants, shopping, and other great sights. The hotel is known for its friendly, attentive staff and is famous for its delicious buffet breakfast. You sense that you are in a place that is overflowing with history and defines the Italian culture, and you are excited about tomorrow's excursion, and also about that breakfast buffet. Today, the educational focus is the history of Luca. You begin by learning about favorite son Giacomo Puccini, one of the most significant composers in Italian history. You feel you're in touch with the heart and mind of Puccini as you wander the narrow streets and passageways of this city. Visit the 11th century Romanesque Cathedral, where a carving that is said to be a true portrait of Christ is on display. You are thrilled to know that you are viewing one of the most famous and treasured Christian relics in all of medieval Europe. You're off to explore the city on your own and enjoy Luca's many fine shops. But you stop often to sample local cuisine and especially enjoy a delicious lunch in one of Luca's fine dining restaurants. After lunch, visit Villa Torrigiani on the outskirts of Luca and Monte Carlo. You have heard that the villa is a magnificent 16th century manor house, considered one of the best examples of Baroque architecture in Tuscany. After seeing this magnificent historic Tuscan home and its lovely gardens, you're ready to explore the picturesque village of Monte Carlo and the Teatro Corati, a beautiful, intimate 18th century theatre owned and operated by the village. You then visit Monte Carlo's Collegiata of Sant'Andrea, where the 15th century fresco titled Our Lady of Succor is on display. This fresco is only one of many beautiful artworks, lovely churches, homes, and buildings that you see as you travel through the village. After a very full day, you are ready for a relaxing dinner. Sample Italian specialities and wine at a restaurant located near Monte Carlo, where you enjoy the companionship of your fellow travelers. Today you are off to see Pisa, a city that once was one of ancient Rome's busiest seaports. On a guided tour you learn that by the end of the 15th century, silt had filled Pisa's harbour, so that today the city is situated more than 6 miles from the Mediterranean seacoast. You also learn that Pisa is best known as the home of the Campo dei Miracoli, the Field of Miracles. But for you, the city is all about its tower. Travel to the cathedral and baptistry and see the iconic Leaning Tower of Pisa. This afternoon there is a very special cultural event planned. Depart for the village of Lari, where you visit a family-owned pasta factory. The factory has been owned and operated by members of the Martelli family since 1926 and is one of the region's real success stories. You're intrigued by the many different types of pasta, their origins, and how different pastas are used in Italian cuisine. See a pasta-making demonstration and learn why gourmet chefs absolutely love serving the Martelli brand. You return to Luca, where you're on your own for the remainder of the day. Enjoy lunch at what is now your favorite restaurant, and then return to a few of your favorite places to shop. Return to the hotel in time to gather with fellow travelers for a special dinner featuring one of Italy's many talented opera singers at Luca's Caffè di Simo. This morning you depart Luca for Pollenzo, but en route you stop to visit Manarola, one of the oldest towns in the Cinque Terre. This picturesque fishing village is also known for its winemaking. You discover the beauty of the vineyards and Cinque Terre National Park. You are treated to a taste of the unique Cinque Terre wine Schiacchetra and take a scenic train ride along the Cinque Terre coastline to Levanto. From Levanto continue via motorcoach to Camogli, where you stop for lunch along the beautiful Italian Riviera. You arrive in Pollenzo and check into Albergo dell'Agenzia, a quadratic castle that was once the country residence of King Carlo Alberto of Savoy. Your hotel is surrounded by sprawling lawns and is actually a meticulously restructured neo-Gothic royal country estate. The Albergo dell'Agenzia is a favorite of foodies and oenophiles because the vast property is also home to Italy's University of Gastronomic Sciences. The university promotes the slow food movement and the Wine Bank, a museum that boasts having Italy's finest wines in its cellars. You are delighted with the hotel and especially with your comfortable room. Familiarize yourself with the hotel's amenities and discover a fitness center, swimming pool, restaurant, and more. Settle in for the evening to enjoy a delicious dinner in the Albergo dell'Agenzia fine dining restaurant. Today you visit the historic commune of Venaria Reale in the province of Turin. You take an excursion around the Baroque Royal Palace of Venaria, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. On your tour you learn in the 17th and 18th centuries the Baroque Palace was the residence of the royal house of Savoy. And today it is not only one of Europe's most beautiful royal residences, but is one of the world's largest. The royal palace of Venaria compares to Versailles and Caserta in style, but you think it's incomparable in beauty. Walk the palace grounds and then set out on a guided tour of Turin. Turin is situated on the left bank of the River Po and is famous for its Baroque, Rococo, Neoclassical, and Art Nouveau architecture. The city is known as the cultural centre of northern Italy and is the capital of the Piedmont region. As you wander the city streets, you notice that Turin is home to many art galleries, theatres, churches, palaces, and opera houses, and has charming piazzas, gardens, and beautiful palazzi. Get a feeling for the city and its people, and then visit nearby Collezioni Maramotti to see the private art collection of the Agnelli family. You've had a very busy morning, and now you are ready for a relaxing lunch at a local restaurant. You're also excited to have the afternoon on your own to get to know Turin a little better. In the evening, you return to the hotel for a very special dinner at the famous Osteria del Boccon di Vino, a founding member of the Slow Food Movement, which is a grassroots organization founded in response to the rise of fast food and a fast lifestyle. The movement celebrates the use of local produce and strives to preserve the tradition of handmade artisanal cuisine. Taste the food and immediately agree that slow is better. Today you travel through modern history to uncover enogastronomical changes in Italy since mid-19th century, when Vittorio Emanuele II ruled as the first king of a unified Italy. You discover the very soul of 21st century Italian people through the foods, wines, and products that reflect their traditions and history. You depart Turin on an excursion to the Barolo Wine Museum. On the way you see the medieval Castello di Grinzano Cavour and its beautiful towers. The castle was expanded and modified through history, dating back to the 11th century. After enjoying the castle, you are excited to arrive in Barolo for your visit to the Barolo Wine Museum. Explore the museum at your leisure, visiting its many floors featuring different aspects of winemaking. You visit the winery Fontana Fraida, situated in the rolling hills of the famous Langhe wine-growing region. Fontana Fraida takes environmental precautions very seriously and is known for safe practices and its bio-nature reserve. Enjoy a delicious lunch and spend the afternoon at leisure in Fontana Fraida. But be sure to return to the hotel in time, because tonight you gather with fellow travelers for a farewell reception and dinner. Today is your getaway day. With the help of your tour director and with all arrangements made, you transfer to Turin Airport for your return flight home. At AHI, we do the planning so that you don't have to, with everything from fast-paced excursions to leisurely days sipping wine. Your trip is sure to be great from start to finish. You are sure to share your experiences with friends and family back home, and you'll have a new network of friends with whom you can reminisce about the unforgettable trip you experienced discovering the villages and vineyards of Italy. At AHI, our goal for every journey, through meticulous planning and attention to detail, is to ensure that you can concentrate on the experience and leave the rest to us. Briefly, Here is a sampling of the many positive comments we receive from our travellers. Of course, travellers know that many of the best and most memorable parts of a journey are those delightful moments that occur unexpectedly. To learn of these, you must join us on one of the many departure dates available for this popular program. For more information, you can visit our website at AHItravel.com or call to talk to an AHI representative at 800-323-7373. You can also follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and view our webinars on YouTube. We will be happy to assist you. Please let us know if you're a member of one of our sponsoring associations, and we will be sure to reserve your spot on the appropriate date. You can also visit our website at AHItravel.com to review our full menu of exciting destinations and programs. We work with many university and college alumni associations and other non-profit organizations throughout the US and Canada. We will be happy to talk with you about programs offered by an association with which you are affiliated. Ladies and gentlemen, we look forward to welcoming you on this wonderful educational journey to the villages and vineyards of Italy. Thank you for listening. We wish you happy travels, no matter where you venture.